Basically, Santander has a clause in all their buy-to-let mortgages which forces all the landlords taking out buy-to-let mortgages to raise their rents. I think the phrase is the maximum possible amount, or something like that, at all times, basically. So we were outraged by this, and we organised actions in 8 different cities across England and Scotland. And now they've gave in to our demands, but we're still going out today to spread the word of our victory and to keep the pressure on Santander to make sure that they stick to their word, basically. And also, this is all part of our attempts to build a national renters union to campaign for tenants' rights. So it's just the start, basically.
Health and safety
We're at this demo against Santander, forcing landlords to maximise their rents from properties.
Well, as a politician at number 10, I think landlords ought to be exploiting people. Really, don't you? I mean, exploiting people is what landlords are supposed to do. Really, though, it doesn't have to be like this, does it? Rent should be affordable. There should be housing for people to rent. It's all wrong. Exploiting people buying, landlords buying loads of houses and then exploiting people. It's just wrong, isn't it? Because people need homes. It's not just about houses, is it? It's about homes. I mean, people need homes to live in, so they can get their lives going. Applying for jobs or doing whatever. It's very difficult if you've not got settled accommodation, and the amount of the amount of money that people have to spend on rents these days is completely ridiculous.
We beat Santander!
Now let's see who else will care.
Now let's see who else will care.
Come and join the Renters Union.
Come and join the Renters Union.
Things change when we act in unison.
Things change when we act in unison.
Okay. Come and join the Renters Union.
Come and join the Renters Union.
Things change when we act in unison.
Things change when we act in unison.
We beat Santander.
We beat Santander.
Now let's see who else will care.
Now let's see who else will care.
Come and join the Renters Union.
Come and join the Renters Union.
Things change when we act in unison.
Things change when we act in unison.
We beat Santander.
We beat Santander.
Now let's see who else will care.
Now let's see who else will care.
The housing market is in crisis in this country, and I think it's very difficult for people to pay their rent and their bills, and these things are stacking up. And it doesn't help when places like international banks are putting in clauses which is making landlords raise their rents to as high as possible. I think it's disgusting, and people are struggling, and these sorts of things need to change. We've had a great win today, just making Santander change the clause in their contract, and we're going to continue on with other things after this one, I reckon.
Oh, very good. Could you just explain why Santander? Is it just Santander or any other bank?
This is the clause that we found in the contract. It made national news, I think, last week in the Sun maybe, about these contracts, and so we were made aware of it at that point. There may well be others, but we're going to have some other things going on that will involve us getting involved and taking direct action to help us in this cause. So please come and join us.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
We beat Santander.
We beat Santander.
Now let's see who else will care.
Now let's see who else will care.
Come and join the Renters Union.
Come and join the Renters Union.
Things change when we act in unison.
Things change when we act in unison.
We beat Santander.
We beat Santander.
Now let's see who else will care.
Now let's see who else will care.
Come and join the Renters Union.
Come and join the Renters Union.
Things change when we act in unison.
Things change when we act in unison.
People involved, as many people as possible, so we're going round and trying to speak to renters and understand their problems.
I'm a member of the Defence County Housing Campaign.
Yeah,
I wouldn't mind coming to one of your meetings.
absolutely, that sounds great.
My name's Peter Garbutt, I'm in the Green Party. We're supporting the Renters Rising campaign because we think it's really important that people who rent through private landlords have a collective voice to strengthen their case. At the moment, the law comes down very heavily on the side of the landlords, which means that people who are renting get very high rents, don't get much security of tenure. So Renters Rising is doing a real good job. First action today. They won. Brilliant.
Yes, well, it's been a really good afternoon. The Renters Union have had a victory over Santander in regards to the clauses in their mortgage plans for the right to buy scheme that they were pulling. It's been a really good victory because there hasn't been that many great victories over the last few months, which is proving that joining the union does make a difference. It does count, and people can, when they get together, we all get together in unison, we can make change. And I think today's turnout's been really good. The Renters Union are growing by the day, and it's something that I think everyone should support. That many people now rent. It's so difficult these days to get a house and buy your own property thanks to the rates of deposits these days. People realistically being able to raise 20 grand, it's beyond most working people's budget. And there needs to be a hell of a lot more protection now for people who are renting, especially people like myself who will possibly be renting long term due to the housing market at the moment.
Today's just been a really good day because it was such an easy victory. It sort of shows what we can do when we put a bit of pressure on the banks and the landlords, because it was just ridiculous that there's a clause in the mortgage scheme, in the buy-to-let scheme, that makes us pay more when the standards are so poor already. But if we just come together like this, it's really easy to just get good results like this. It can easily be done.